listen up. Stop paying full price of gas, man. Download the free Upside app and earn real cash back every time you fill up. It's quick, it's easy, and actually adds up. Drivers are earning $200 to $300 a year just buying the gas that they already needed. Use promo code SUNDAY for 25 cents back per gallon on your first tank and cash out anytime to your bank account or e-gift cards like Amazon. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code SUNDAY for a limited time 25 cent per gallon gas. Offers vary by user and location. See upside.com for the details. We are rolling along here on a Sunday. Femi Abebefe, Brad Taylor hanging out with you guys here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, sweating out the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. We got college hoops going on, but also overseas in Milan, we have the Winter Olympics men's hockey as our boys, the Stars and Stripes, Team USA, taking on Germany right now in the first period. We are still scoreless as the broadcast just went to break, but to help us break down what we saw earlier today and what we have already been seeing so far in this game between the United States and Germany, it is our VSiN hockey betting analyst joining us on the progressive guest line, the one and only Jonathan Davis, who you can go ahead and check out on Twitter at West Coast Hockey. Does a great job for our friends at SiriusXM NHL as well. Jonathan, great to see you as always, twice in 2 days. How lucky am I that we get to hang out this way? But before we get into the game happening right now between the United States and Germany, I want to ask you about what we saw earlier today. Canada did a real number in their matchup earlier today, winning 10-2 against France. I mean, this Canadian team, we talked a little bit about it yesterday. They look the part of a gold medal winner. Any takeaways from what you saw from Canada's win over the French?
Just simply that they were determined, that they didn't want to have any doubt or very little doubt, that they were going to win, that they were going to come away with the top seed because goal differential was going to be the tiebreaker, if USA wins today. And Canada only had a goal differential of +2 over USA. So now, going into the game today for Team USA, they were, Canada was +10. So they really put a stamp on it. And so it was a very, impressive win. They got a bit of a scare early on when France scored a goal that tied the game at 1, but then Canada just kind of, went into cruise control after that. But very methodical. And look, it's a team that, is it's deep. There's no hole. And I think it's, they showed to me why they are the best team, I think, in this tournament.
Jonathan, as somebody who's just trying to look to cash some tickets on this Olympics, so a square. I mean, I like the NHL playoffs, love those. We'll bet Game 7 unders, love those all the time. But as somebody like me who's a square in terms of maybe looking at the other countries, how is a good way to bet these games? In other words, have you seen totals maybe be overvalued and they're going under the total, or is it the opposite? When you're looking at the hockey, maybe explain to somebody like me, not the Olympic hockey expert, how to go about maybe looking to bet these games.
Well, when you think you figured it out, Brad, then that's when you get screwed, because and many of my friends just must have had way too much bolognese yesterday, and we were all on Italy at +4.5, and that one ended pretty quickly as they lost 11-0. But I think look, the approach today, for instance, for Canada, where do you extract value from that game? With Canada being like a -20,000 favorite. Now, the first way I attacked the game was Canada's team total in the first period over 2.5. Now, look, I lucked out. They scored the winning goal. They scored their third goal with like 3 seconds left, shorthanded. So I got lucky, but there was good plus value. I went into this USA Germany game with the idea that we were going to see goals early because I thought both teams would want to go on the attack, and I attacked first period, both teams to score at +180. But it's hard earlier on, like in these games, like in these last couple of days, it's been tougher because the good teams are just so much better over the dominant teams. So when I played Canada, there were a couple of props that I did cash on that had nice plus money. I took Mitch Marner, one of their players, at +180 to get 2 assists. So you're also looking further down the board sometimes because Canada is so deep, and they do play all of their forwards, all 13 of their forwards. Sometimes it is good to look a little further down the line.
This is Live Bet Sunday. Femi and Bebefe, Brad Taylor hanging out with our buddy Jonathan Davis, VSiN hockey betting analyst, host of Ice Cap on Sirius XM NHL and on Twitter at West Coast Hockey. Well, we do have our guys. Like I know people are like, oh, they're talking about Canada. We love the United States as well, folks. They are going on against Germany right now as that game is 0-0, still 5 minutes to go in the first period. I'm looking at the live markets. The United States at minus 1050 favorite on the money line. The puck line, though, down to 2.5. Totals at 5.5. Is there any angle in game that folks can get involved with that they did not bet this pre-flop?
I mean, I would maybe even look to Germany now because I think, look, the U.S. is not, I think that, they're pretty much seem to be taking the approach that we are not going to get the number 1 seed. We're going to be the number 2 seed, and likely to have to face Sweden in the quarterfinal round. I mean, look, they're going to advance. They get a bye from the qualifying round, which starts on Tuesday. They'll start their games Wednesday, but they're pretty much taking it easy. So, if you're going to get Team USA Team Germany at a nice plus price, I would look into it. It's just very disappointing what we saw really from the USA yesterday. Like that should have been a game, guys, that they should have been playing Denmark and either whatever analogy you want to use, steal the other team's lunch money, run over their mother to try to win a game. They did nothing of that yesterday, and that's really, to me, the trademark of what makes the USA hockey team so special is the aggression that they play with. But yeah, I'm looking at DraftKings here, plus 600 for Germany on the money line, plus 2.5 at plus 140. I would maybe take a unit and split it on both, and I think you're going to come away with some money there.
Jonathan, to win the gold medal, Canada minus 130. The United States plus 195. Nobody else is lower than 10-1. And I know, being here in America, you're not getting good value on the USA and the Olympic teams. Is there anybody outside of Canada and the United States that can actually win this thing that you would think, let's sprinkle some pizza money or some a little bit on a future on one of these double-digit dogs here?
Yeah, I mean, going into the tournament, I like Czechia, and I did sprinkle on them, at plus 330 to win a medal, and I know like Mike Palm has them at plus 750 for the bronze. But right now, the way I look at things, I'd be looking at Sweden because I think they, like I said, they're likely to face Team USA in the quarterfinal round. Offensively, they're deadly. It's a matter of can they match the other two countries, with their goaltending and just their defense. Because, I think USA, at least their blue line is really good. The goaltending is suspect. But if you're looking at a dark horse right now with some great value, I would be jumping on Sweden.
Jonathan, do you think Sweden's going to beat us if we do get that matchup? Because it sounds like you're pretty bullish on the Sweden team. Like how live is Sweden in that particular game if we get this USA-Sweden game once we get into the medal rounds?
Well, if we get the USA team that played Denmark on Saturday and is playing Germany right now, if that's the effort that Team USA is going to put forward, then Sweden is absolutely live. If they do get through the qualifying round and face Team USA in the quarters.
Wow. That is eye-opening because I think a lot of folks thought that this was going to be a USA-Canada collision course. I thought that because we all saw that in the Four Nations this time last year, but it sounds like don't assume that essentially is what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying if you're looking for some value, then I would absolutely be grabbing Sweden. It's very disappointing to see the way Team USA has played. Now, again, maybe as they went into today's game, they said, guys, we're destined. We're not finishing first overall. So we're not going to give it, our all today. But that's why I do say, like, that's the other problem. Like USA has either not tested themselves or hasn't been tested yet through, the preliminary round. And that to me would be a little concerning.
Yeah, but I think from a betting standpoint, you bring up a really good point. If they already have conceded the fact that they can't get the number 1 seed, maybe Germany is a lot more alive than what the betting market indicates. Once again, you can get plus 2.5 on the puck line at plus 124, plus 575 for Germany to win the game outright here in the Winter Olympics over at Milan in Italy. He is Jonathan Davis, our VSiN NHL betting analyst, hockey expert, host of Ice Cap on Sirius XM NHL and on Twitter at West Coast Hockey. Jonathan, we appreciate the time as always. Be well and good luck with the bets.
Thanks, guys. A pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jonathan Davis, who joined us on the Progressive guest line. How about that? Maybe we should sprinkle a little bit here on this Germany team. Yeah. It feels like, especially, I mean, we're headed towards intermission here, probably scoreless. Maybe United States just says, let's rest up our guys and let's make sure that we're all good to go for the medal round coming up when it's really playing for keeps and a medal on the line. All right, on the other side, we'll turn our attention from the hockey back to college basketball and the golf as we have a new leader at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-511-5493. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-511-5493. That's 800-511-5493. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Download the VEASAN Watch app to stay plugged into the latest sports betting insights with VEASAN's expert analysis, streaming live and on demand. Whether you're at home or on the go, the VEASAN Watch app gives you access to every show, every highlight, and every deep dive into the action. Looking for something specific? Use the search feature to find coverage on your favorite teams, matchups, and sport. Exclusively for VEASAN Pro subscribers, download the VEASAN Watch app today on the App Store or Google Play and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Celebrate in style with the Legacy Club Sunset Package at Circa Resort and Casino. Cozy up by a fire pit, enjoy handcrafted cocktails, and raise a champagne toast as the sun sets over the Las Vegas Valley. With breathtaking panoramic views and an unforgettable atmosphere, it's the perfect setting for any occasion. Legacy Club Rooftop Cocktails. Reserve your spot today at circalasvegas.com.
Elevate your sports betting game with VEASAN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup, then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VEASAN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to VEASAN.com/pro to join VEASAN, the sports betting network.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Sunday nights are hockey nights. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. From the Gavelli Center in downtown Youngstown, Ohio, the United States Hockey League is proud to present regular season game number 47 for your Youngstown Phantoms. Tonight, they take on the Muskegon Lumberjacks. Good afternoon, sports fans. My name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Please be bringing the action this afternoon on Western Reserve Radio and free live to social on Flow Hockey. Phantoms and Lumberjacks were in action yesterday here at the Covelli Center, a 3-2 Muskegon victory. Jacks opened the scoring just 33 seconds into regulation was Rudy Burzcollins with his 8th goal of the season. Jake Stewart and Chuck Blanchard with the helpers, and Muskegon led 1-0 after the first. Phantoms tied the game at 5:58 of the second. A power play goal for Ryan Rusinski. 22nd goal of the season. Evan Jardine and Cooper Simpson with the assists. Back-to-back goals for the Lumberjacks later in the period, 88 seconds apart. At 13:57, Carter Amico, his first of the season. Louis Yonerheim and Anthony Thomas Maroon with the assists. Then at 15:25, Niles Benson, his 16th of the season. Danny Clares and Melvin Novotny with the helpers. Jacks lead 3-1 at the end of the middle frame. Phantoms get another power play goal at the 5-minute mark of the third. This one from Jack Hextall, his 15th goal of the season. Evan Jardine and Jack Wilson with the helpers, but Youngstown could get no closer and fell to the Jacks last night 3-2. Carl Axelson got the win. He stopped 31 out of 33. Owen Lepak took the loss. He stopped 22 out of 25. Muskegon power play was 0 for 1. Youngstown power play was 2 for 3. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will take a look at the scratch report as well as the starting lineups. You are listening to the pregame show on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Hey, you should clean your car. Nobody wants to put the ring looking like that. Yeah, it's awful. I think it's actually to head on over to Mr. Magic Car Wash.
Everyone deserves Youngstown's most premier car wash. Head on over to Mr. Magic's 5 neighborhood locations to have this car looking shiny key.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Covelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Covelli Center during the pregame show. Let's take a look at tonight's scratches, beginning with Muskegon. You can scratch number 2, Nate Selski, number 16, Ty Bergeron, number 24, Gustav Semanis, number 28, Gus Thorpe, and number 29, Carl Axelson. For the Phantoms, you can scratch number 4, Ryan Whiterabbit, number 23, Matusz Kaharczyk, number 37, Sean Miller, and number 42, Jackson Adams. And now for the starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Muskegon Lumberjacks, who entered tonight's game with a 29-15-0-1 record. Their 59 points put them in 4th place in the USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting at left wing out of Manhattan Beach, California, committed to Denver, number 71, Jake Stewart. At center out of Latvia, committed to Boston College, number 17, Rudy Burscollins. At right wing out of West Hartford, Connecticut, committed to Miami, number 12, Chuck Blanchard. On defense, out of Los Gatos, California, committed to Colgate, number 18, Nathan Larioza. And out of Wayzata, Minnesota, committed to Notre Dame, number 3, Danny Clares. In net, out of Montreal, Quebec, committed to Quinnipiac and making his USHL debut, number 1, Samuel Doyon-Catequise. Skiing is coached by Colton St. Clair. The associate head coaches are Casey McDoney and Taylor Ward. They are assisted by Pat Maroon. And now for the Youngstown Phantoms, who enter today's game with a 32-10-3-1 record. Their 68 points put them in 1st place in the USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting at left wing out of Miramar, Florida, number 19, Alexander Svitov. At center out of Fort Myers, Florida, number 27, Logan Anderson. At right wing out of Brooklyn, New York, committed to Harvard, number 8, Jesse Orlowski. On defense out of Stamford, Connecticut, committed to Vermont, number 2, Monte Tepley. And out of Youngstown, Ohio, committed to Miami, number 12, Cal Houston. In net, out of Czechia, committed to UMass, number 79, Tobias Trebel. Trebel enters tonight's game with a 22-6-3-0 record, a 2.13 goals against average, a .919 save percentage, and 3 shutouts on the season. The Phantoms are coached in his 4th season by Ryan Ward. The associate head coach is Brandon Gotkin. They are assisted by their chief of staff, Redmond Brow, and their director of player development, Cal Kafuk. The equipment manager is Andrew Rush, athletic trainer Amber Martinelli. Goaltending coach Neil Conway, strength and conditioning coach Tommy Malloy. The general managers are Jason Deskins and Ryan Kosecki. The officials for today's game were selected by USA Hockey and are as follows. The referees will be Eric Michaels and Kyle McCauley. The linesmen will be Douglas Hook and Wyatt Corrigan. Just about 5.5 minutes remaining here at the arena before starting lineup and national anthem. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have Youngstown Phantoms hockey here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Your best source for everything hockey is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game. McDavid to the net. Off the ice player content you won't find anywhere else.
You guys have a helmet I could throw on for this?
The most NHL edge stats and advanced analytics and ways to catch up on the game how you want, when you want. When it comes to following the NHL, don't settle for anything else. Hockey is better on the NHL app.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT. Let's go, Phantoms.
Makes the save, rebound to the weak side. In front, score! I need a one dance. And then we start to dance, and I'm singing like.
Ben Simpson, toe drag. Simpson in, tucks it home. He scores!
I want you to be happier because I'm happy.
Right circle for Simpson, ripped across. Hextall, shot, score!
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and CityView Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
wonderful rendition of our national anthem on a Sunday afternoon here in Youngstown. Welcome back into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack here with you on Western Reserve Radio and live to social on Flow Hockey. Hello, everybody tuning in on the various Flow Hockey social media pages. Joined by my engineer, Dave Ferris, pushing the buttons, keeping us on the air. Brendan Miller will be keeping things up to date for you on the Phantoms social media channels. You can follow the Phantoms on X at Y-Town Phantoms, on Facebook and Instagram at Youngstown Phantoms. We are also joined today by my supervisor, my 8-year-old son, Jonathan, standing here in the press box to my left. Phantoms and Lumberjacks for the 8th out of 9 meetings this season here today. Youngstown 2-3-2 against the Lumberjacks so far this season. And so with last night's win, Muskegon actually clinched the season series against Youngstown, as the Phantoms can do no better than 10 points, and Muskegon already at those 10 points. And regulation overtime wins would give Muskegon the tiebreaker, so the Jacks have clinched the season series against Youngstown this year. Phantoms only 4 home games in this month of February. All 4 of them against Muskegon. This is the 3rd out of 3 matchups this weekend between the Phantoms and the Jacks. Jacks will be back in 10 days for the school day game Wednesday morning, February the 25th. 10:05 a.m. puck drop. Hope you'll be able to join us on Flow Hockey. So I definitely would not encourage you to skip work and come to the Cavelli Center and join us. It's going to be loud here. It'll be very loud for the school day game. Hoping for some fireworks here this afternoon. Phantoms trying to break this little 2-game mini losing streak, and you can roll for initiative as we are underway. Opening draw put into the Phantoms end. Off the left wing corner comes to Tapley behind the cage. Round the wall to the near side and poked back out to center by Anderson. Down the near wall, looking for Orlowski, poked away from him by Larioza. Comes around to the right side. Stewart got it out to the line, but couldn't get it to the safety of center. Poked back into the corner by Svitov. Larioza there, bottling up with Svitov, who worked the puck free. Fan on the pass up to the point. Regathers down in the corner, poked it behind the cage, looking for Orlowski. Poked around the wall by Clares. Kept by Tepley. Back around the wall, it comes to the far side. Orlowski and Svitov hunting for it there. Came to Anderson, up to the point to Houston. Fans changing behind the play. Across center point, Tepley turning, firing. Shot was blocked into the left wing corner. Anderson got there first, left it in the corner for Lenny Booz, who's fresh on the ice. Bumped off the puck. Loose there at the side of the net still. And Jardine will wrap it around the wall to Houston at the right point. Cal walks the blue line. Eyes the cage, top of the right circle for Hesh, turning, firing. Hit a body in front and went wide. Doyon Catechees never saw it. Clares to the left wing corner to Blanchard. Poked it to the line and just out to center. Stopped right in front of the benches by Houston. Across far side to Hesh and back into the zone. To Jardine, it went behind him, and it's poked back out to center by Muskegon. Sending it down is Stewart. Stewart with a shot. Trable with the save, and he covers the rebound. Great work by Murphy to deny the pass there, what turned into a mini 2-on-2. And Trable square to the shooter, making the easy save. Minute 33 into this first period, which is presented by Safehold. Face off to the right of Trable. Face off to the right. Hextall to take the draw against Stewart. Hextall, 6 points in 6 games against Muskegon this year, 3 goals, 3 assists. Jacks control the draw, however. Sanderson to Belusco, DDD to Amico. His shot blocked by Simpson. Came to the end wall, kicked around by Noringer. Noringer spins off of Murphy, trying to walk to the middle. His shot was blocked. Simpson couldn't clear. Came back to the Jack. Stewart across. One-timer, but right to the belly of Trable, who was ready, and he holds. Phantoms to the line change. They'll bring out Rusinski, McKinnon, and Zemlichka. So if you're looking at the Phantoms line chart, crinkle it up, throw it out the window. Ryan Ward already changing things up here on us. 1:53 into this one. Going with some more of the matchups that we saw in the third period yesterday when fans were looking for a spark. Rusinski with a clean faceoff win. Murphy behind the net to Wilson. Jack from the right corner. Off of Zemlichka out to center. He found Rusinski. Chipped it past his man. That's Deneau trying to force his way to the net. Got pushed right into the pegs. Doyon Katakis down on the play, back to his knees, but you know, there's some give in those posts, but not much. Good to see Rusinski hop right up as well as Jean-Samuel Deneau in the lineup after missing the first 2 games of this series as a healthy scratch. Gave a rough ride there to the Phantoms captain. Everybody looks okay, though. Faceoff will stay in the Jacks' end. No line change allowed for Muskegon as they caused the stoppage. Rusinski to take the draw against Christ, it looks like. That is Jack Christ. Rusinski with the face-off win. McKinnon to the point. Hamilton, a low shot. Hit bodies came to the slot, bounced over to Zemlichka. Zemlichka walks the blue line. Fed it to the right corner. First one there is Vukas, bodied up by McKinnon. Bounce it to the top of the circle, grabbed by Zemlichka. Left point. Low shot, missed the cage by Hamilton. Came out in front, and Rusinski couldn't get it on the cage. Rue got to it in the corner. Fed to the front of the net by the defense, and Katakis had to make a stick save on his own defenseman. Got it behind the net to Deneau and back out to center. Phantoms took it away and sent it right back in. Doyon Katakis bobbles it into the left wing corner, but no pressure from the Phantoms, and Muskegon will bring it ahead. Thomas Maroon across the red line. Behind the net, it's Trable sending it up the far wall. Berard grabs it there, drops it back behind the cage for Houston. Cal around the net to the near side, then out to Berard at center. Banked ahead for Booze. Lenny into the right wing corner, centering feed, looking for the redirect, but from Jardine it wouldn't go. Jardine, 98 points in his USHL career, looking for number 99 right there. As Houston holds the zone, down the wall to Hesh, below the goal line for Jardine, left corner. Jardine steps out, fires, missed the net. Off the corner boards, it came to Houston to keep at the line. Back over to the far wall for Booze. His shot hit a body in front. That was Hesh, skated into by Jardine. Jardine, right dot, turning, firing, shooting, blocked. Rebound to the Jacks. They'll skate it to the red line. That was Jonerheim getting it deep, and Muskegon to the line change as Houston carries around the cage. Up the near wall, Tepley looking for icing, and it will be, as the stretch pass ahead could not find Jesse Orlowski with 16-13 left in this first period. We're scoreless. Shots on goal, 2-2. Really saw an increase in minutes for the fourth line yesterday. Svitov, Anderson, and Orlowski, and they played hard. Phantoms are in the middle of the line change right now, and it'll be Hesh to take the face-off against Burns Collins. And Burns Collins parked it into the corner. First one there, however, is Tepley. He'll put it behind the cage to Houston. Up the near side to Hesh. Gains the red line, fires it in. Phantoms going to finish up that line change. As Muskegon got the dump in back through center. Blanchard from the neutral zone fires it in. Came around to the far wall for Burrs counts. Houston took it away, got it to Anderson. Anderson got tripped, and then he high stick Burrs Collins, who took his stick away. Anderson trying to get back into plays. The puck's in the right circle. Pinballing around and came to Orlowski, who backhands it out to center. Anderson skates into it at the red line and gets it deep. Doyon Katakis had it stolen by Orlowski, but then stripped right back by Amico. Over to the left corner, and now around the cage come the Jacks. That's Belusco. Up the middle to Stewart. Dances past the attempted hip check of Carter Murphy, but lost the puck to Sasaki. Fed back up the far wall. Caswell skate back into it and carry ahead. Into the zone, 1-on-3. Spun off a check, but lost the puck. Muskegon back through center. Stewart over to Sanderson. Turning his back to the cage, pulls up at the right point, floats it across. Stolen by Hextall, working ahead for Sasaki, but couldn't get behind the defense. Kaz walks the goal line, tried to center, looking for Simpson. It wouldn't go. Taken away by the Jacks, and they'll get it to center. Grabbed there by Wilson, banked back to the line, taken by Muskegon once more. Ahead for Benson. Benson Into the zone, spins the top of the right circle, works it down in the corner for Novotny. Bodied up by Murphy. Squirted free into the far corner for Wilson. Jack skates into it, puts it off the window, and as far as the red line, gloved down by a Jack, but picked up by Wilson and spun to the near side for Zemlichka to drop back to Murphy. D again, far side for Wilson. Bank to center for McKinnon to poke into the zone. It found Zemlichka. In front looking for Rusinski, couldn't redirect it home. Chris to the rebound, bodied up by Zemlichka. To Rusinski, walking the goal line, couldn't duck around Doyon Katakis to tuck it home. Puck still loose, and now his shot is blocked into the corner. Popping up in the air, Clares battles against Zemlichka near the hash marks. McKinnon to the point for a shot from Hamilton that is sticked into the meshing and will have a timeout on the ice. 13:48 left in the first. We're scoreless. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Watch this. Let's face it, what a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice. Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let's know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of you.
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center. 13:48 left in the first. We're scoreless. Shots on goal for the game, 3-2 in favor of Youngstown. Faceoff will be to the right of Samuel Doyon Katakis. Young man out of Montreal making his USHL debut here today. Rusinski wins the faceoff. McKinnon from his knees tried to backhand it to the right corner, but picked off by the Jacks and skated through center. Clares across the red line, hammers it around the dasher. Hamilton got to it first in the right corner. Tried to send it around the wall, was stopped up by Blanchard. Jake Stewart pried it free up to the point to Clares. Clares turning, firing, stick save by Trable. Rebound into the right circle for McKinnon, cleared to the line, but kept by Deneau. Deneau stripped to the puck nicely by McKinnon and poked out to the neutral zone. Rush developing for the Phantoms. Zemlichka down the right side. Backhanded across to Rusinski. Turning, firing. Doyon Katakis with the save. Rebound behind the net. McKinnon pinned to the wall, and it's taken away by the Jacks. Clares up the middle. Hit a stick. Bounce to Berard center point. Brody, his shot was blocked immediately by a Muskegon stick, but it came to Zemlichka. He'll poke it around the wall. Ran into Danny Clares. Puck sent back into the corner. Picked up by McKinnon. Berard, D to Hamilton. He'll turn and fire a pad save for Doyon Katakis. Rebound to Burscollins, kept at the line by Youngstown. McKinnon walking the blue line. Far side, turns, fires a shot, but right to the glove of Doyon Katakis, who holds. 12:43 left in the first. 3 quick shots on that shift for Youngstown. Still looking for their first even strength marker of the weekend. 2 goals in each of the first 2 games. All 4 of them on the power play for Youngstown. In fact, Friday night, all 3 goals in regulation were special teams, 3 power play goals. Here's a quick shot off the faceoff win by Booz, and I think that a piece of that was gotten by Doyon Katakis. Now a one-timer from the point from Evan Jardine, also grabbed and held by Doyon Katakis. Yeah, on Friday, 2 power play goals for Youngstown, then a power play goal and a shorthanded goal for Muskegon in regulation. And an overtime game winner for Muskegon. It was 3 feet offside, but no video review of offside in the USHL as Youngstown here wins the faceoff, but Tepley's pass back to Jardine was poked out to center by Schlechtwig. Houston ahead off of Booz, redirected it into the meshing as he was trying to chip it deep so Youngstown could get in on the forecheck, try to start the cycle, but faceoff will come back out to the neutral zone. And then last night, 2 power play goals again for Youngstown. So again, still looking for the first even strength marker of the weekend. Hextall to take the face-off against Drew Stewart. And it'll be Stewart with the face-off win. Larioza back into his own zone. D to D to Amico. Ahead off of Noringer. And chip behind the cage. Trable up the near side, Wilson. Off the dasher, out to center. Larioza, first one to it in his own end. Spun it to the line. Hextall had it just bounce off his stick as he was trying to walk right down the middle. Hextall finally worked his way to it, but spun it past Cooper Simpson. It's going to be skated into by Sanderson. Over to Larioza, sent around far side for Amico. He'll carry back behind the cage to set up the breakout for the Jacks with 11:45 left in the first. We're scoreless. Larioza through the red line, trying to bring it into the zone, but Sanderson had it poked away from him by Murphy, back out to center. And here Murph couldn't find Sasaki, and it'll be skated into the zone by Beluska over to the right circle for a shot and a big rebound, and it went right past everybody into the left wing corner. As Hextall tries to clear, kept at the line by Noringer, but then he mishandled, and it's back out to center. In his own zone, Vukas across the red line and into the attacking end. Long distance shot, blocker saved by Trable. Big rebound out to the right point, kept by Benson. Benson dances around Svitov, tried to feed it into the slot looking for Novotny. Pass was blocked and came back to Benson. To the left point, Vukas, a low shot kicked out by Trable. Rebound to Svitov. To center, but couldn't find his intended target, then blocked the return pass by Muskegon. Got it ahead to Orlowski and into the zone. Svitov throws the body as the puck came to Orlowski off the official skate, and then Orlowski tried to feed it down the wall, but it's stolen by Benson. Back through center come the Jacks. Novotny into the attacking end. Novotny had it roll off his stick. Centering feet swept out of danger by Orlowski, and Anderson banks it out to center. Svitov couldn't poke it past his man to get north, but it came back to Anderson. Logan had it back checked away from behind. It bounced to Novotny. Pham's going to start a line change here with 10:25 left in the first. Into the zone comes Hudson. Played it through the slot looking for Blanchard, who plays it off the right wing corner down to Stewart. Centering feet off the skates of Rusinski. Came to Bruce Collins. Top of the left circle. Turns and cycles it back down low past Blanchard around to the near side. Zemlichka got there first. Carried into the corner. Worked it to Berard, then Hamilton. Back to Zemlichka. Up the wall to McKinnon and just able to slip it out to center. Grabbed at the red line by Hudson. Played back ahead for Jake Stewart. Down into the left wing corner. McKinnon the first one to it. Couldn't work it to Hamilton for the stick of Blanchard. Hamilton pried it free of the scrum off of Rusinski. Came back to McKinnon in the corner. He'll lift it to the line. Sticked out to center by Youngstown. Picked up at the logo by Amico. Comes near side and fires it back in. Hard around the kick plate all the way back out to center. McKinnon touches it back to Berard. Fired ahead off of McKinnon and redirected into the Jack zone. Amico got there ahead of Hesh. Carries around the net to the near side and fired it back out to neutral. Houston played it ahead off of Thomas Maroon. It came to Booz, who got put down hard. Nice step up there by Deneau. A clean play. Back into the Jacks end. Thomas Maroon over to Amico. Out to center for Jonerheim, into the zone for Schleckwig. Centering feed picked off by Hesh, loosen some skates. On the net, rebound, they score. Will Schleckwig, his first goal of the season on a bouncing puck. And Lumberjacks lead 1-0. Time of the goal, 11:04. As that one just pinballing around. Came to Schleckwig on the weak side, near side. And able to put it behind Trable. And Schleckwig just came crashing in the weak side. A couple of Phantoms in front of the net got caught puck watching. And the Jacks have a 1-0 lead. Off the face-off, back into the Youngstown zone, and Hextall accidentally pokes the puck over the glass and out of play. I don't think we're going to have an official timeout here. They've called for it, but I think we're going to keep it here as Youngstown put the puck over the glass without it touching the glass. So because a team is denied a line change, we're going to keep it here. Face-off to the left of Trable. Hextall to take the draw against Stewart. Quick face-off win for the Jacks and a one-timer from Noringer wide of the cage, just past the right leg of Trable. Rebound to the Phantoms. Hextall spun away from man and worked it to Murphy. Carter to the neutral zone, ahead to the Muskegon line for Sasaki. Cast centering feed looking for Simpson, wouldn't go. Back to the far wall. Back down the wall to Simpson. Cooper, right corner. Pinned to the boards by Larioza. Coming in to pick up the puck is Stewart. Sent around to the left side for Murphy. Past Sasaki in the circle, but kept at the point by Wilson. Jack walks the blue line looking for a shooting lane. He'll turn and fire. Shot was blocked. Came over to the near side. Murphy got there first. Behind the net for Simpson. Centering feed in front, bouncing around, and getting hooked down was Sasaki, but I think the puck actually touched by a high stick by the Lumberjacks, and now we will have our media timeout. 7:59 left in the first. Jacks lead 1-0. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Back inside the Cavelli Center, 7:59 left in the first period. Lumberjacks lead 1-0. First goal in the USHL for Will Schlechtweg. And apparently I've been misinformed all afternoon. I was told that we were the live to social game on Flow Hockey. Apparently that is the Fargo and Sioux Falls game. But still, hello to everybody tuning in on Flow Hockey. Phantoms win the offensive zone, draw Murphy down the wall to McKinnon. To Rosinski, a one-timer wide of the cage from the inside edge of the right circle. Jacks to the rebound behind the cage to Claire's right corner and up to the line for Novotny. Dump back to Vukas, who played it out to center. Bounce down to Wilson in his own zone. Back out to neutral for Rusinski. From the red line, he will bounce it on the cage. Doyon Katakis makes the save. Sends it over to Claire's. And now Novotny through center for Noringer. Noringer back to Benson in. Tried to put it to the stick of Novotny in front. It wouldn't go. Claire's a low shot. Trable with a pad save. Rebound past Christ, and Rusinski ices the puck. There's our icing whistle. 7:10 left in the first. Couple of pretty good looks there for Muskegon, but Trable holding the fort. Shots on goal for the game, 9-7 in favor of the Jacks, and of course they have the 1-0 lead, the goal for Schlechtweg. Face off to the left of Trable after the icing call. Rusinski wins the draw against Burskons to Zemlichka. Around the wall. Up the far side, McKinnon couldn't get it out to center. It's Blanchard into the left corner. Bodied up by Wilson. Coming in looking for the puck, Jake Stewart worked it to Blanchard. Step free of the check, and now to Burskons. Back behind the net for Blanchard. Forced off the puck by Wilson. Phantoms, however, still looking for possession, trying to get it clear. Over the right side, Burskons. Checked by Murphy. Lost the puck, fed it up the wall, but taken away by the Jacks once more. Miko, one-timer, Trable, pad save, big rebound into the slot, but right to Zemlichka. Skates through a couple of sticks through center and chips it in, works it deep. Phantom's going to get the line change that they were looking for. Over to the left corner, Burskons. Had it stolen by Booz, tripped down, play continues. Booz walks the goal line, poke check by Doyon Katakis. Came back to Booz behind the net, knocked down once more. It's the puck over to the right side. Amico works it free. Sends it near wall for Blanchard. Couldn't clear for Jardine. Hamilton Cross point for Thompson. In, shot, save, rebound. Doyon Keys with a diving save to the near side to keep Youngstown off the board. My goodness, welcome to the USHL, Samuel Doyon Keys. Put that one on the highlight reel as we get a look at the replay here in the booth. Jardine to Hamilton, over to Thompson, huge rebound. Booth coming in the back door, and it bounced on him. It was just outside his wheelhouse, and he did everything he could just to swipe it on net. I think if he had been able to collect himself, he would have been able to get it to the twine for his first goal here in Youngstown. Booth did have a goal last weekend in Lincoln, as we have a false start on the faceoff. But that's the kind of luck the Phantoms have had this weekend, 5-on-5. Last night, Kaz Sasaki hit a post, had another what looked like sure goal taken away by a similar diving play from Axelson. As here, Youngstown wins the draw. Down the wall, the Phantoms shot on the cage, stopped by Doyon Keys. That also came from Hamilton. Jacks to the rebound, and they'll skate it out to center. Bounces to Hamilton, played back to the red line for Jardine, and ahead to center for Anderson. Logan plays it deep to the right corner. Jacks around the one on the near side, off the stick of Anderson. It bounces out to center for Yonerheim. Rolled to the side of the cage. Trable will spin it behind him to Thompson and up the wall to Jardine. Ahead for Hextall, but he couldn't get a step. Believe that was Larioza defending. Here Jardine holds the zone, plays it deep for Clares of the Jacks. Around the wall, Yonerheim couldn't clear, put back into the corner by Youngstown. Hextall throwing a check. Clares helps it around over to the near corner. Sent up that near wall, and the Jacks do get it as far as the red line before Yonerheim checked off the puck. Came to Sasaki, lost it in the skates of Stewart. Sasaki regathers from his knees to Hextall. To Tepley and into the zone for Simpson. Across Hextall, left circle, shot and a block. Right came back past Hextall. Tepley to the rebound, fed it in front. Redirected behind the cage for Simpson. In front, up the middle, McKinnon. A shot blocked in front, hit Hextall, who got to the rebound and put it just wide of the cage. Houston kept it at the line to McKinnon, to Hextall. Center point, Houston, skate to stick. Down the wall, back to Houston at the point, to Hextall. Spins off of Noringer, trying to work his way down the near wall. Stripped of the puck, Noringer couldn't clear. Hextall with it, McKinnon. Shot off the blocker of Doyon Keys. Stewart doesn't have a stick. He'll kick it behind the cage to Larioza. Around the near side, Templey pinching in, trying to keep it alive for Youngstown. Put it back into the corner for Larioza. And the Jacks will clear to center. Houston grabbed at the red line, bounced it over to Rusinski. Played back ahead for Simpson. He'll turn and work it deep. McKinnon, first one to it in the right corner, but bumped off the puck. It came to Clares. Around to Benson on the near side. Zemlichka hit him, but skating into the puck are the Lumberjacks. Chris carrying through the red line and then chipped it to the right wing corner. Wilson shoved him off his line, put it around the kick plate. Chris cut in front of McKinnon, but couldn't keep the play in the zone. Held at the line, however, by Benson. Put behind the net. Wilson there, left it for Murphy. Murphy trying to keep it away from Novotny and did around the wall and off McKinnon and down the ice. No icing here. Youngstown going to get a line change as Belusco back for it. Ahead to Novotny at the red line, then dropped it behind him for Belusco. Ducked around a check. Belusco in, shot, score! Adam Belusco, his third goal of the season. And Muskegon leads 2-0. Time of the goal, 16:58. And not a whole lot to break down on that one. Belusco with a wicked wrister. Beat Trable high to the glove side. Trable maybe down a little early on that one. As Trable obviously 6'4". Hard to beat him upstairs, but that's exactly what Belusco did. And Muskegon leads 2-0. Jacks controlled the faceoff. Deneau into the zone, past Trable, who lost his footing, played back toward the cage, they score! Trable lost his footing behind the net, and as it came up the half wall, it's put in immediately by Chuck Blanchard. Blanchard's 16th goal of the season. And that quickly, Muskegon leads 3-0. Time of the goal, 17:08. And with this Youngstown offense, they're never quite out of any game, but 3-0 against the defense of this Muskegon Lumberjacks squad is a tall task, especially when you haven't generated 5-on-5 all weekend. Phantoms denied the attacking zone, came back to Tepley at the red line, dropped back for Houston. Ahead looking for Sasaki, it wouldn't go. It bounced down to Vukas. Vukas spun it around the kick plate to the far corner, skated into by Burrs Collins, back over to Vukas, left corner, and up the wall for Schleckweg. Schleckweg to Jake Stewart, knocked down at the red line by Orlowski to Hextall, who heads to the bench. Now Houston into the zone for Orlowski. Chipped it to the right wing corner. Phantoms up to the right point for Houston, turning, firing wide of the cage. Came to Tepley, left half wall. Battle for it in the left corner. Orlowski poked it around the wall. Had Deneau draped on him the whole time as he came across. Back in front, Anderson's one-timer wide of the cage. Svitov to the rebound in the left corner. To Orlowski. Up to the point for Templey, redirected out to center by a Muskegon stick. Back to Houston, far side. He'll fire it in while the Phantoms are changing. Came to Lariosa, left corner. Back across far side for Jonerheim. Behind the net to the defense. Fit in front and just missing on the redirect in front was McKinnon. Up to the right point for Berard. His shot on the cage. Pad save by Doyon Catechees. Hamilton poked it back behind the net, but grabbed by Thomas Maroon. Carries up the near side with a minute remaining in the period. 3-0 Muskegon. Rusinski in front. Berard, shot, save, rebound. McKinnon couldn't put it home. Where is it? It's behind the cage. Jardine for Rusinski. Jards fights through the check from his stomach to the left point for Hamilton. Over to Berard. A shot redirected wide by McKinnon. Rebound to Rusinski. Rue, left hash marks. Spins away from Noringer. Behind the net, past McKinnon. Lariosa got there first. Behind the cage to Thomas Maroon. Around the net to the line, kept by Hamilton. Tried to feed it in front for McKinnon, redirected by Clares. Came to Jardine, to McKinnon, and around to the right corner for Hextall. Hextall up to the point. It's taken away by the Jacks with 12 seconds left in the period. Drew Stewart poked it to the right wing wall with 5. Berard around the cage. Off of Hextall, came back to Benson, then back to Hextall, poked into the corner with 2. And at the end of 20 minutes of play, the Muskegon Lumberjacks lead the Youngstown Phantoms 3-0. Shots on goal in the first, 15-13 in favor of Youngstown. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the first intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Think back to the first game, that first jersey, that first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Discover Mahoning County in Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the first intermission report. The end of 20 minutes to play. The Muskegon Lumberjacks lead the Youngstown Phantoms 3-0. Shots on goal for the game, 15-13 in favor of Muskegon. Jacks got on the board at the 11:04 mark of the first period. Will Schlechtweg's first goal in the USHL. Louis Jonerheim with the assist, and it was 1-0 Muskegon. At 16:58, Adam Belusco. His third goal of the season. Melvin Novotny and Niles Benson with the helpers, 2-0 Jacks. And then off the ensuing faceoff, Tobias Trebel went behind the cage to try to stop the puck, lost his footing, and it came up the near wall to Chuck Blanchard, and he fired it into the net before Trebel could get back into position for a 3-0 Muskegon lead. Assists to Jean-Samuel Deneau and Jake Stewart on that one to give Muskegon their 3-0 lead. Samuel Doyon-Catequese in his USHL debut stopped 15 out of 15 in the first period. Tobias Trebel stopped 10 out of 13. No penalties in that first period. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT, Let's go, Phantoms! Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
You got so much to do, it's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day, 'cause it's fun all over the state. So come on, great games wait for you and me, the Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day, put a little play in your day.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Attention fans, do not forget to grab your Chuck-a-Pucks. They are available for purchase right now in the main concourse. Get yours before the second intermission and be ready for your chance to win some good prizes. Chuck-a-Puck will be taking place after the second period. Can you make it in the Ohio Lottery Bucket? Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Hey, you should clean your car. Nobody wants to put the lane looking like that. Yeah, it's selfish. I think it's actually to head on over to Mr. Magic Car Wash.
Everyone deserves Youngstown's most premier car wash. Head on over to Mr. Magic's 5 neighborhood locations to have this car looking shiny key.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTV, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Covelli Center during the first intermission report. Muskegon leads 3-0. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. End of the first period at Fox Valley Ice Arena, the Chicago Steel lead the Tri-City Storm 2-0. End of the first period in Sioux City, the Musketeers and the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders are tied at 1. And they're getting underway in, about 15 minutes or so. Fargo Force and the Sioux Falls Stampede in what is actually the Flow Hockey Live to Social game of the week. Over to the Olympic hockey scoreboard. Team USA leads Germany 3-0 at the second intermission. Goals for Brock Faber, Austin Matthews, and Zach Werenski. Switzerland knocks off Czechia in overtime 4-3. Denmark 4-2 winners over Latvia, and Canada all over France 10-2. Just one college hockey game today. It is Quinnipiac down in New Jersey to play Princeton at the end of 20 minutes. Those two are scoreless. That'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard in our first intermission report. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, second period action between the Youngstown Phantoms and Muskegon Lumberjacks here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Think back to the beginning. That first game. That first jersey. That first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling. A feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the second period. Phantoms trailed the Lumberjacks 3-0. So plenty of work for the Phantoms to do here in the middle 20. Try to get back in this game. Roll for initiative. Second period underway as the Jacks control the draw. Clares to Blanchard. Works into the right wing corner of the Youngstown zone. Berard off a stick. It came in front. Away from Jake Stewart. Skated into by Hamilton, who pokes it down into the Muskegon end. Around the cage to the right corner. Clares back behind the net for Larioza. Larioza out from behind the net to the near side. Pass ahead off the skates of McKinnon, but he didn't know it, and Jack's able to get it back out to center. Brought back into the zone by Rusinski. Ruse spins in the right corner away from Larioza, waits for help, feeds Wilson, but the pass away from him as Wilson went to the right and the pass went to the left. Berard back into his own end for it while both teams start a line change. Back to Wilson, ahead to McKinnon, redirected into the zone, but just out of the reach of Cooper Simpson. Doyon Katakis pokes it to the left wing corner for Amico, taken away from him by Simpson. Cooper spins off of Amico, now bodied up hard, puck past Hextall, and to Noringer to chip ahead for Stewart. 3-on-2 developing for the Jacks. Stewart in the zone, behind him to Amico, try to give it back to Stewart. He walks the goal line, bowls his way into Trable, never got a shot away, and play continues. Noringer a shot, save, rebound, Amico shot is blocked. As Trable seems to be fighting the puck a little bit here today. As Sasaki lost his footing, trying to control the puck. It ended up squirting down ice into the Muskegon zone. Belusco, who had the second goal, lost his footing, tripped up by Simpson. Play continues. Sasaki up to the point for Houston. D to Wilson. Turns, fires across. One-timer, they score! Let's go fishing with dynamite. Kaz Sasaki gets one through the 5-hole of Doyon Catechees, and Youngstown is on the board. It's 3-1. Time of the goal, 1:13. Started by the hip check behind the cage from Cooper Simpson. Houston to Wilson, across to Sasaki, and he blasts it home from the right circle. Youngstown on the board. What the Phantoms needed, an early goal trying to get back into this game. Doyon Catechees stops it behind the cage, puts it to the left wing corner. Jacks up the wall, Benson couldn't clear. Tepley put it into the corner behind the net now for Hesh. Zemlichka throwing his weight around behind the cage. Up to the left point, Tepley down the wall, past Hesh behind the cage. Out to center point, Tepley bobbled it out to center. Fired back in, Doyon Catechees had it bounce on him a little bit, but kept his footing and worked the puck to Vukas. Vukas slowly ahead, up the far side, now middle of the ice for Deneau, back to Vukas along the far wall, up to the Youngstown line and chipped in by Christ. Down the far wall, taken away by the Phantoms, Orlowski behind him to Hamilton. To Svitov, but offside, Jack Hamilton. I don't know about that one. Neutral zone face-off upcoming.
Brendan, first clip didn't have audio, I just re-uploaded. What? First clip didn't have audio, I just re-uploaded.
Face-off right in front of the Phantoms bench. Anderson to take the draw. Or no, Anderson getting kicked out of the circle. And Orlowski will take the draw against Thomas Maroon. Thomas Maroon with the face-off win to Hudson. Ahead to Yonerheim, lost the puck, and Anderson will play it deep. Off the end wall came to Clares, trying to spin away from Svitov. Almost got the steal, but Clares strong on the stick, able to play it over to the left corner for Schleckbeck. Back behind the cage to Hudson. Quickly up the near side, looking for Yonerheim, stolen by Youngstown. Anderson bodies up with Clares. Orlowski down there to help out as well. Orlowski worked the puck free of the scrum. To the circle for Svitov, he couldn't pull the trigger. Poked over to the wall, kept by Youngstown. Orlowski bounced it up to the point to Anderson. Turning, firing, pad save by Doyon Catechees. Svitov to the rebound, put it into the corner. Thomas Maroon there first. Around the kick plate to the near side came to Rusinski. Up to the point for Houston. D over to Wilson. Turning, firing, weak side just past Rusinski. Rue stripped to the puck by Yonerheim. Out to center, looking for Schleckweg. Found him, now sent weak side. Coming in is Yonerheim with a shot. Missed the cage and put it into the meshing. Phantoms warming to the task here in the second period. Also their first even strength goal of the weekend there for Sasaki. Shout out to the research department. Sam Olmstead coming up with, it had been 153 minutes of hockey since Youngstown had scored an even strength goal. I guess rather 151 and some change. Face off to the right of Trable, controlled by the Jacks. Belusco down the wall. Centering, feet in front, unable to tip it home was Amico. Pinballed over to Rusinski, lifts it out to center. Murphy offside. McKinnon trying to keep it out in the neutral zone, but could not. And the face-off will come in neutral ice with 15:54 left in the second. Rusinski to take the draw against Burzkons. Puck still free. Muskegon gets control. Stretched out ahead for Blanchard, but Hamilton beat him to the puck, carried around the cage to the near side. Blanchard stripped him in the corner. Centering feed taken away by Rusinski, carried over to the near wall. He got double teamed, lost the puck for a moment, regathered, got it to center. Fired down into the Muskegon end. Jardine couldn't work it deep. He was wedged off by Amico. Burscombs up the wall to Amico, and now Belusco. Over to the near side for Jake Stewart into the zone. Thought Noringer was offside, but the play continues. Centering feed looking for Belusco. Wouldn't go as he's knocked off his line by Rusinski. McKinnon cleared to the line, but kept by Noringer. He had it taken away on a nice back check by Jardine. Sent up the middle for McKinnon into the zone 1-on-3. Poked out of his skates, and Sanderson will skate ahead for Muskegon. Penguins draft pick into the zone. Long distance shot stopped by Trable and covered with 15:01 left in this second period. Phantoms are on the board here in the middle frame. 7th goal of the season for Kazimo Sasaki. Kaz now 19 points in 26 games since joining Youngstown. Face-off to the right of Trable. Hextall to take the draw against Stewart, who wins that draw back to Larioza down the near wall. Pumps it behind the cage, but it's going to roll to Cooper Simpson, the only one in the right corner. And Simpson out to center looking for Sasaki, leaking, but stick down by Belusco. Came back to Wilson, played ahead to Hextall to chip behind the cage. First one to it is Vukas to Larioza behind the cage. Stumbled a bit, but able to play it off the window and out to center. Came to the red line for Youngstown, back to Simpson, across to Sasaki. Had to wait for Hextall to get back on side. Now he is, and Youngstown plays it in. Doyon Katakis off the end wall, past Larioza, stopped up by Hextall for a moment. Larioza took it back, but then right to Sasaki. Kaz down the wall, it bounced to Simpson. Cooper to the point to Sasaki. Center point, Houston, hit a body in the slot. I think that was Hextall. And it came over to the far wall. Stewart will skate it ahead for the Jacks. Taken away by Sasaki, ahead to the Muskegon line for Simpson. He'll play it deep. Past Doyon Katakis, came to Hextall on the near side. He's bodied up hard by Larioza. Sanderson turned it over behind the net to Booz. He's hooked up by Drew Stewart, but play continues. Zemlichka and Larioza battle in the right corner. Booz and Stewart there as well. Booz need to be careful with that stick. Came free of the scrum. Hesh to Booz. Right point, Murphy walks the line, turning, firing, hit a body in front. Booz in front, pad save by Doyon Katakis. It's still loose. Oh, Booz tried to bank it in. The puck was loose, but the whistle blows. And we'll have our media timeout. 13:33 left in the second. Jacks lead 3-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Back inside the Gavelli Center, 13:33 left in the second. Muskegon leads 3-1. Youngstown on the board just a minute and 13 seconds into this second period. Kazimo Sasaki with his 7th goal of the season. Offensive zone draw for Youngstown to the right of Doyon Katakis. Chris to take the draw against Hesh. Hesh with the face-off win, kept in the zone by Tepley. Backhanded into the right corner. Looking for Hesh. Clares helped it behind the net to Deneau. Taken away by the Phantoms, however. Zemlichka up the near wall. Kept by Tepley at the point, down into the corner for Hesh. Back up that near side for Booz. Spun under a check, worked it to Hesh. Up toward the point, kept at the line by Tepley. Tried to dump it to the corner, but he fanned on it, and the Jacks will bring it ahead on a rush. Crushed down the left side. Centering feed looking for Novotny. Wouldn't go. Rolled into the corner for Benson. Turned it over behind the net. Puck might have settled on the back of the cage for a moment before the Jacks worked it free. Fed it in front, threw one off the side of the cage, and it came behind the net for Murphy. Carter ahead to Booz in the neutral zone. To Zemlichka. Pass Hession into the left wing corner, but Phantom's going to start a line change here. Clares up the far wall. Found a man at center. That was Benson. He'll spin away from Orlowski and carry into the attacking end. Hamilton defending. Knocked down his man. His play continues. Up to the point of Mikko. Turning and firing off the heel of his stick and went wide and poked back to the far wall by Youngstown. Hamilton put it into the corner for himself, and he'll carry around the net. Banked ahead to the red line for Svitov, and he will spin and work it deep. Anderson, the first one to it. Around to the far side for Orlowski. Tried to bump it behind him into the circle for Svitov. Taken away by Schlechtwig and then Thomas Maroon. And it's Thomas Maroon into the attacking end. Run over from behind as he played it behind the cage. Trying to step out in front was Jonerheim. Lost his footing and the puck into the corner. Thompson trying to work it free for Youngstown. Thomas Maroon down there, played it to the side of the cage. Back up toward the point where Schlechtweg tried to get it to a crashing Belusco, but he poked it just wide of the net. Schlechtweg with a sharp angle shot, hit bodies in front and came behind the cage. Wilson pins his man to the boards, puck still available. Schlechtweg worked it free, right corner. Up to the point for Mikko. Back to Schlechtweg, and he'll try to backhand it down the wall. Anderson blocked the pass, but the Jacks held the line. Thomas Maroon into the corner for Jonerheim. Muskegon changing the forwards behind the play. 11:10 left in the second. Phantoms trail 3-1. Still battling for the puck in the right wing corner. Came free for Orlowski, and Jesse will bank it off the dasher and down the ice. No icing here. Svitov ducked around Hudson. Still loose down there as Vukas works it up the wall. Coming in was McKinnon, but Vukas able to play it out to the neutral zone. Houston lost it to Blanchard, but then second effort poked it away from him as he tried to enter the zone. Rusinski back out to center, but grabbed by Muskegon. Into the attacking end is Burskolns. Pinned to the wall by Rusinski, came free of the scrum. Worked to the line, held by Muskegon. Blanchard, right point, shot blocked by Houston. Came to Murphy and lifted out to center. Jardine behind him to McKinnon. Walks the blue line, looks for the trailer. Rusinski, shot to the glove of Doyon Katakis, who holds. .10-11 left in the second. 3-1 Lumberjacks. Team USA might have just scored again. It is now 5-0 over the Germans. The USA looking to wrap up group play undefeated. Face off to the left of Doyon Katakis. Hextall to take the draw against Drew Stewart. Face-off won by the Jacks. Norringer up the far wall, out to center, but off of Hextall. Jack forced it back into his own zone, played back out to center by Youngstown, but rolled down to Larioza in his own end, spun it away from Sasaki, and did he ice the puck? He did. 9:54 left in the second. We owe you a media timeout as we are just past the halfway point of regulation. Shots on goal for the game, 20-16 in favor of Youngstown. 5 in the second period for the Phantoms, 3 for the Jacks. Hextall to take the draw against Stewart. Face-off won by Muskegon. Behind the cage, it's Clares. Up the far side for Norringer. Forced back below his goal line. Ran into Sasaki. We got the puck to Clares, and now Larioza up the middle. And this one's going to go for icing on Muskegon again as Carter Murphy down the ice for the violation whistle. 16 seconds tick off the clock, and we'll do it again. Face off to the left of Doyon Catequese. Stewart against Hextall in the circle once more. Muskegon with a clean face-off win around the cage to Claire's far side. He'll delay and then send it over to Lariosa in front of the net. Bank it off, wall and out to center for Stewart in front of the benches. Ridden into the dasher by Hextall, but Muskegon able to get it deep, and now they can get the line change that they need. Noringer throws the reverse check in the right corner as he battles with Murphy for the puck. Jack still with it to the right point for Amico. Cross point to Claire's, poked away from him by Hextall. Hextall into the zone 1-on-2 as he actually battles with Deneau, not Lariosa, and it's Chris picking up the loose change and carrying it out to the neutral zone. Knocked off the puck from behind by Simpson as he worked it deep. Novotny throws a big hit, but the puck came up the wall to Simpson. Across the ice, past Thompson into Booze. Booze tried to feed it back to him, but off the skates of Deneau. It came to Benson and played down into the Youngstown end for Hamilton to skate into. Jack up the far wall. Benson held at the right point. Back down the wall and into the corner, centering feed off the stick of Trable. Turning and firing from in tight was Muskegon, but Trable able to make the save and get it down the ice. Tripping call upcoming on Carter Amico. And Youngstown will get the first power play of the game on the other side of the timeout. 8:28 left in the second. Phantoms trail 3-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Carter Amico called for tripping. Youngstown in the game's first power play time of the penalty, 11:32. Youngstown on the power play this season, 28.4%, second in the USHL. Muskegon on the penalty kill, 78% is 11th. Phantoms on the power play against Muskegon this year, 9 for 26, which is 34.6%. Face off to the left of Doyon Catequese. Rusinski wins that cleanly back to Wilson. Jack walks the blue line. Gives it to Hextall. Side of the cage, Jardine to the bumper for Rusinski. Loose at the side of the net as Rusinski's one-timer was stopped, and Jardine couldn't do anything with it. The rebound came to Blanchard, and he'll get the clear. Trable sets it up for Wilson to Rusinski. To the red line, blue and into the zone, past Vukas. Rusinski with it. Around to the far side, now cuts across the top of the circles, leaves it for Wilson, center point. Right wall for Jardine, back to Wilson, center point to Simpson. To Jardine, dusts it off. Shot looking for the redirect by Rusinski. It wouldn't go, it's into the meshing. 1:18 left in the power play. Phantoms were 2 for 5 on Friday, 2 for 3 yesterday. So 4 for 8 through the first 2 games of this series against Muskegon. That's simple math. I can do that. 50%. Face off to the left of Doyon Catequese. Rusinski with the face-off win. Hextall to Wilson. Walks the blue line. With a shot redirected and bounced wide. Rusinski with the high tip. Jack Scott to the rebound. Kept at the left wall by Simpson. Into the corner for Jardine. Stolen by Blanchard and bounced out to center as he tried to feed it to Simpson up the far wall. Wilson pressured by Stewart as he gives it up to Rusinski. 53 seconds left in the power play. Hextall through center to Jardine. Back to Hextall in the corner. Back up the wall to Jardine. To Wilson, walks the blue line. To Jardine, to Wilson. To Jardine, one-timer kicked out by Doyon Catequese. The rebound just past Rusinski. Simpson to it. To Wilson. Jardine fakes the shot. Across, past the stick of Simpson. Picked it up off the wall. Spun it center point for Wilson. 25 seconds left in the power play. Jardine Wilson, toe drag, fake the shot. Jardine, Wilson, Jardine, fake the one-timer again. Stepped in, fire shot off a Muskegon stick, stayed in high off the end glass as Jardine slashed down. Play continues. Over to Wilson, left circle. Center point, Simpson ripped it wide of the cage. 10 seconds left in the power play. Jardine fanned on his pass to Hextall, and it's out to center. Thomas Maroon chips it past Simpson. Trable didn't come out to challenge. Maroon with the shot, stopped by Trable, and out of the box comes Amico. Power play by the wayside for Youngstown. Some great looks, though, for the Phantoms as a centering feed for Simpson. Couldn't find Jardine. Taken away by Clares. Out to center off of Amico. Jardine chipped it back toward his own line because Hesh was pinned in the offensive end. Tepley ahead and redirected into the zone by Hesh. Into the right corner for Zemlichka. Tried to work it to Booz, poked away by Novotny, and down the ice they go. 2-on-1 developing. Benson in front to Novotny. Shot, missed the cage. Great hustle on the back check by Booz without drawing a penalty there against Novotny. Now it's Novotny throwing his weight around on Booz. Backhander through the blue paint. Came through to the weak side. Christ, right corner. Off a Youngstown stick and out to center. Back into his own zone for it is Hudson. Banked around the end wall to Clares. Up the far side to Benson. 5:30 left in the second. Phantoms trail by 2. Murphy. Around the wall and out to center. Orlowski from the red line will work it into the attacking end while Youngstown tries to get a quick line change. Schlechtweg into the zone down the right side. Spun away from Tepley, sent it to the near, looking for Belusco pinching in. Youngstown able to clear it out to center. Svitov had it in his feet, but taken away by the Jacks and sent back in. Trable works it right corner for Hamilton. Back to Tepley behind the cage, banked off the near wall and out to center. Belusco poked it back to the line, but grabbed by Svitov, who banked it back to Tepley. Ahead for Anderson, he'll work it in. Dorian Katakis away from the outstretched stick of Jesse Orlowski. And Muskegon plays it back out to center. Hextall dropped it back for Berard. And I think he iced, no icing. Orlowski beats it out. Say Hextall did not get a touch on that at center. Now it's Hextall behind the goal line with it. Tried to center it off of Muskegon's stick. It's kept at the right point by Berard. Behind the net to Hextall. To Berard. To Hamilton. Shot, save, rebound. Bouncing around and controlled by Amico. Over to Sanderson. He'll lift it to the neutral zone. Bounces over the stick of Hamilton and rolls into the right wing corner of the defensive zone for Youngstown. Played back out to neutral. Hextall had his stick tied up as it came to Vukas. Vukas into the attacking end for the Jacks. Chips it behind the cage. Hamilton worked it to the right corner for Hextall. Carries up the far wall to Sasaki. Ahead for Berard to redirect into the zone. It rolls to the edge of the blue paint. Dorian Katakis pokes it to the near wall. Sent around the boards by Vukas. Found Kristen, able to work it to the neutral zone. Fired ahead off of Novotny, so no icing here. Houston pries it away. Up to Sasaki, touch back to Cal. Youngstown carrying ahead into the attacking end. Houston spins at the top of the right circle, waits for help, and works it deep. Only one there, however, is Vukas up the far side for Norger, stolen by Rusinski. Across Jardine, one-timer off the shoulder of Dorian Katakis and into the meshing. Nice turnover created by the forecheck of Youngstown. Just could not get the man coming down the weak side in Jardine. Evans sitting at 98 points in his USHL career. Face off to the left of Dorian Katakis. Rusinski to take the draw against Bruce Collins. Rusinski with the clean face-off win to Houston. Down the wall to Jardine, to Rusinski. His shot blocked into the corner for McKinnon. Malachi around the wall to Murphy. Behind the net for McKinnon. Stick tied up by Clares. Jardine in to help out his fellow winger. Worked it to Rusinski, up to Murphy at the point. Near side Houston. Shot blocked by Jake Stewart. Came to the left side. Rusinski hunting for that puck as he tangles with Bruce Collins. Jardine worked it free, took a heavy hit from behind by Deneau. Still getting worked as Rusinski worked it free to McKinnon and now out to the right point for Houston. Cal into the corner for Jardine. Evan comes far side as he's watched by Deneau. To McKinnon, to Rusinski in the corner. Rue puts Clares on his rear hip, gets ripped down. Penalty of coming on Danny Clares. Trable heads to the bench for the extra attacker as McKinnon, one-timer, broke his stick and the loose change came to Jardine. He ripped it right to the belly of Doyon Katakis, who will hold. But Danny Clares heading to the box for the hold. Youngstown back to the power play. Time of the penalty on Danny Clares, 17:44. Youngstown 0 for 1 today on the power play. Second power play unit going to start as most of the first line was out there on that shift. Zemlich going to take the draw against Stewart. Youngstown with the faceoff win. Sasaki to the left point for Murphy. Right point for McKinnon, center point Murphy. To McKinnon. Right hash marks, center point for Murphy. Turns, fires off the blocker of Doyon Katakis and out of play. .12 seconds off the power play clock, 2:04 left in the second. Phantoms trail 3-1. First power play unit going to cycle out for Youngstown. Looks like Team Germany on the board, but USA still with a 5-1 lead, 6:45 left in, I think, the third period. Thank you, Dave. Stewart with the face-off win. Vukas up the near wall, kept at the line. Great hand-foot, or I guess eye-foot coordination for Jack Wilson. Top of the right circle for Simpson. Center point, Wilson. Simpson, Wilson. Hextall, one-timer glove save. Doyon Katakis, and he holds. 1:32 left in the power play, 1:48 left in the second. Only goal of the second period belongs to Kazimo Sasaki, his 7th of the year. Wilson and Houston with the assists. That came at 1:13. Face off to the right of Doyon Katakis. Thomas Maroon take the draw against Rusinski. Thomas Maroon had the face-off won, but Phantoms get control. Jardine worked it to the point to Wilson. Top of the right circle for Simpson. Center point Wilson. To Hextall to Wilson. Across to Simpson. Cycles with Wilson. Simpson fires. Shot was blocked. Blanchard cleared off the back of Thomas Maroon, and he played it out to center. From the red line, Simpson over to Wilson. Tried to work it to Rusinski. Pass was stolen by Larioza and cleared. Halfway gone on the power play. Looks like there's about a 17-second difference between the game clock and the power play clock. Ahead off of Jardine. Doyon Katakis. Fanned on the clearing attempt. It bounced over the stick of Jardine. Kept at the right point by Wilson. Jack walks the blue line. Fired a shot off the stick of Burscombs into the meshing, out of play. 39 seconds left in the power play, 55.6 left in this second period. Goal here on the man advantage before this period ends would be huge for the Phantoms. Second power play unit cycling out will be Zemlichka to take the draw against Burscombs. Zemlichka with a clean face-off win, but past Murphy and out to center. From his own blue line, Carter to McKinnon. Malachi into the zone, thought Murphy was offside, but play continues. McKinnon, top of the right circle, center point for Murphy. Over to McKinnon, top of the right circle. Cuts to the middle, over to Murphy for a one-timer that's kicked out by Doyon Katakis, sent up the far wall, kept to the right point by McKinnon. Center point for Sasaki, skate to stick, and now Murphy. 10 seconds left in the power play. Murphy to McKinnon to Murphy. Shot off the blocker of Doyon Katakis, rebound to the right corner. 3 seconds left in the power play. And the Jacks are back to even strength. Murphy, center point. to Sasaki. Center point, Murphy. Shot, hit Burscone's stick in front, and the Jacks will bring it back ahead. Claire's fresh out of the box, will dump it deep. Around the kick plate came to Tepley on the left wall. He'll carry around the net, and that is how the second period will end. Phantoms get on the board. The opening 1:13 of this period on a goal from Kazuma Sasaki, but still trail 3-1 at the end of 40 minutes. Shots on goal for the game, 25-18 in favor of Youngstown Phantoms with 10 shots in the second period. Muskegon with 5. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have our second intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins an OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the second intermission report. At the end of 40 minutes of play, the Youngstown Phantoms trail the Muskegon Lumberjacks 3-1. Shots on goal for the game, 25-18 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms outshoot Muskegon 10-5 in that second period, including getting on the board off the stick of Kazuma Sasaki. Seventh goal of the season came at 1:43. Jack Wilson and Cal Houston with the assists. That was the only goal of the second period. Did have a pair of power plays. Did the Phantoms. The first two penalties of the game at 11:32. Carter Amico called for tripping. 17:44. Danny Claire's called for holding. But the Jacks able to kill off both of those Phantom advantages and keep this a 2-goal game. Samuel Doyon Katakis has stopped 24 out of 25. Tobias Trebel has stopped 15 out of 18. Phantom power play 0 for 2. Going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Your best source for everything hockey is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game. McDavid to the net. Off the ice player content you won't find anywhere else.
You guys have a helmet I could throw on for this?
The most NHL edge stats and advanced analytics and ways to catch up on the game how you want, when you want. When it comes to following the NHL, don't settle for anything else. Hockey is better on the NHL app.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins an OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional.
USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Fans,
stations that always
become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center during the second intermission report. Phantoms trail Muskegon 3-1. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Chicago leads Tri-City 2-1 at the second intermission. Cedar Rapids and Sioux City tied at 3, 5 seconds left in the second in Sioux City. Fargo and Sioux Falls tied at 1, final 90 seconds of the first in South Dakota. Over to the Olympic hockey scoreboard, Team USA has gone final. They downed Germany 5-1, finished group play with an undefeated record. Switzerland 4-3 winners over Czechia in overtime. Canada trounces France 10-2. And Denmark over Latvia 4-2. Only one game going on in college hockey today. That is between Quinnipiac and Princeton. And right now the Bobcats lead the Tigers 2-1 in the final 90 seconds of the second period. That'll do it for our out-of-town scoreboard and second intermission report. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, third period action between the Phantoms and Lumberjacks here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Hey, you should clean your car. Nobody wants to put the lane looking like that. Yeah, it's selfish. I think it's actually to head on over to Mr. Magic Car Wash.
Everyone deserves Youngstown's most premier car wash. Head on over to Mr. Magic's 5 neighborhood locations to have this car looking shiny key.
You got so much to do, it's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day, 'cause it's fun all over the state. So come on, great games wait for you and me. The Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day. Put a little play in your day.
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Back at the Cavelli Center for the start of the third period. Phantoms trail Muskegon 3-1. When trailing after 2 this year, Youngstown 3-7-1, leading after 2, Muskegon 19-2-0. Roll for initiative, third period's underway. Rusinski wins the draw to McKinnon, back to Houston. Back out to center, off of McKinnon and down into the attack again for Youngstown. Clares beats Rusinski to it. In the right corner, sent up the wall, kept at the point by Houston. Pumped it behind the cage, looking for McKinnon, sticked away by Larioza. Up the wall to Jake Stewart, forced back toward his goal line. Carries around the net to the near side, then spins it back to the far corner for Larioza. Up the wall to Burrs Collins. Trying to spin away from Jardine, he does, and gets it out to center. Jake Stewart back to Burrs Collins. Into the Youngstown end. Blanchard will backhand it to the end wall, but behind the cage is picked up by Wilson. Up to Jardine. And across to Houston. Skate to stick and into the attacking zone. Worked it deep as Youngstown's changing lines. Comes to the left corner. Amico got there ahead of Hextall. Over the stick of Belusco and up to the right half wall. Up to Sasaki. Couldn't hold the zone. Loose at center. Sasaki fans on the dump end. Puck pinballing around. Finally fished out by the Jacks. They'll send it on net from the logo. That was Sanderson. Trable will stick it over to the near wall. Tepley cleared to the point, got by Amico. His shot to the glove of Trable, who holds. As Simpson got put down after the play, linesman in to separate them. 1:19 into the third period, just presented by Mercy Health. Faceoff will be to the left of Trable, who has stopped 17 out of 20. Hextall to take the draw against Drew Stewart. Jacks control the draw. Shot on the cage, stopped by Trable. As I got to look at that replay there. Amico kind of punched Simpson right in the face. Probably should have been a penalty, but don't think the refs were watching. Sasaki into the zone. Spun into the right wing corner. Murphy around to Hextall. Left point for Tepley. On the cage, redirected wide by Zemlichka. Rebound loose, poked to the corner by Amico. Taken away from, or by Sasaki. Amico took it back in front. Sasaki pinballing around. Never got a shot on the cage. Murphy, far wall. Carried up to the line. Sasaki could not keep as it came to Hextall on the right wall. And Youngstown is offside. 18:02 left in the third. Neutral zone draw. Phantoms going to send out Hesh, Booz, and Zemlichka. Hesh kicked out of the circle. Zemlichka will step in to take the draw. Delay on the puck drop here. Linesman talking things over with Zemlichka, who wins the faceoff over to the wall. Berard fires it into the Muskegon end, trickles behind the cage for Vukas. Up the near wall looking for Benson. Had to quickly try to play away from Booz. Sent off the window and down the ice. This one going to roll wide of the cage, and Muskegon will be guilty of an icing violation. Phantoms on the road next weekend. They're traveling to Waterloo for a pair of games. Tim Harwood will be on the call on Flow Hockey. Phantoms will be back in town the following Wednesday, the 25th, for the school day game against these same Muskegon Lumberjacks. 10:05 puck drop. 9:45 pregame on Wednesday morning. Youngstown wins the faceoff. Hamilton to Zemlichka. Turns and fires wide of the cage. Booz gets the rebound in the right corner to Hesh. Spun off of Vukas, left it for Zemlichka. Taken away by Muskegon, played up the near side and out to center. Berard able to stick it away. Played back toward the line, grabbed by Hesh, behind him to Booz. To Zemlichka, the trailer, down the wall into the right corner. To Hamilton. Right side. Corner for Zemlichka, up to Berard. His shot intentionally wide as Hesh knocked down in front of the cage. Play continues. Booz to Hamilton. Around to the right corner, Berard pinching in. Hammered into the wall by Christ. Puck still loose for Youngstown. Hamilton, half slapper, blocked in front of him. And the rebound cleared by Muskegon, but they iced the puck. 16:45 left in the third. Phantoms have been building 5-on-5 throughout this game. Got a goal at the second period. Need two more. Had some good looks on a couple of power plays there in the middle frame as well. But Doyon Katakis has just surrendered the single marker. Face-off to his left. Hextall to take the draw for Youngstown, and he'll win that face-off but split his defenseman. And Muskegon will get a line change. Houston quickly ahead for Hextall. Into the zone, cutting down the right side. Centering feed looking for Sasaki. He couldn't redirect it home. Deneau to the rebound. Bounced it out to center. Grabbed to the red line by Hextall. And I think a high stick on the puck called against Youngstown. Or was it? I didn't see any high stick on the puck. I didn't see anybody stick relatively close to the puck. They are going to stick with their high stick on the puck ruling. It looks like they're going to drop the puck right at center ice. Hextall won the faceoff. Simpson drops it back into the defensive zone for Wilson. Over to Houston. Up to the line, redirected in by Simpson. Hextall in the right corner. Pinned to the boards by Clares. 2-on-2 battle in the right corner. Pride free by Muskegon. They'll work it up that far wall and out to the neutral zone. Houston sticked it back toward the attacking line. Sasaki sent it in. Phantoms were offside with the puck to the Jacks. Hudson. Off of Yonerheim and into the Youngstown zone. He battles with Houston there near the point. Simpson plays it out to center, but it's grabbed at the red line by Hudson. Drop back for Larioza and ahead through the neutral zone, but taken right back by Youngstown. Houston to the red line to Simpson and redirected to the right corner. Cal grabbed it, got a shot away, but it was blocked. Rebound grab by Orlowski. Jesse spun away from Yonerheim, carrying down that near wall. Into the circle looking for Svitov. It wouldn't go. Grabbed in the neutral zone by Murphy. Carter cutting wide, fires around the kick plate to Orlowski far side, but nobody at the right point for Youngstown defensemen. We're changing, and Tepley will pick it up in his own zone. Tepley ahead. Did Svitov redirect it in? He did. So no icing as Larioza sends it back to the right corner. Hustling to keep it alive, Murphy up the wall looking for Anderson. It wouldn't go. Back behind the net. It grabbed by Orlowski. Sent near side, but Tepley backed off to the point. Muskegon played it out to center. Bouncing puck past Jake Stewart, grabbed by Logan Anderson. Sent over to Tepley. He'll carry behind his cage with 14:40 left in the third. And a 3-1 Muskegon lead. Murphy. Near side for Jardine. Lost the puck entering the zone. To Sanderson. Played ahead to Drew Stewart, who'll dump it to the left wing corner of the Youngstown end. Thompson, the first one to it. Around the wall, grabbed in the corner by Stewart. Centering feed off a couple of Youngstown skates and over to the far corner. Sanderson throwing the body on Thompson into the circle for Noringer. Played it to the corner. Only one there is Rusinski. Sent it behind him to Thompson. Up the wall out to center for Jardine. Couldn't backhand it ahead past Burzkons. And now Jardine pries it out of the scrum and works it over to Rusinski. Rue into the zone, bodied up by Vukas. Lost the puck to him in Muskegon. Back through the neutral zone. Drew Stewart into Braden Thompson one-on-one. Great D by BT to strip him of the puck. Play it back out to center. Rusinski to the line for McKinnon. Squirts down to the offensive end for Youngstown, but the Phantoms are going to start a line change as Clares brings it behind the cage, sends it over to the right corner for Deneau. Now ahead for Benson. Down the middle of the ice into the attacking end. His shot off the stick of Jack Wilson and into the meshing. Out of play. Timeout on the ice. 13-17 left in the third. Phantoms trail 3-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
13-17 left in the third. Phantoms trail 3-1. Shots on goal for the game, 25-20 in favor of Youngstown. Just 2 shots on net here in this third period. They both belong to the Muskegon Lumberjacks. Here in the first 6:43 of action in the final frame of regulation. Face off to the left of Trable in the defensive zone for Youngstown. Hesh to take the draw against Benson. Phantoms control the draw. Houston able to get it to trickle across the blue line and out to center. Zemlichka spins away from Benson and plays it to the right wing corner. Deneau the first one to it. trying to carry up the far wall, worked it to Christ. Spins away from a check off of Novotny and played it out to center. Off of Benson near side, stick back to the red line by Wilson. Fired on net by Clares. Trable with the save. Clearing attempt hit Christ and stayed in the zone. Novotny centering feed off the stick of Hesh and rolls to the near wall. Zemlichka off of Booz and out to center, sent right back in by Larioza. Right corner, Wilson. Far corner, Cal Houston up the middle to Hesh. Fired ahead off of Schlechtwig. It bounced to Booz, who brought it into the zone. Pinball back to Zemlichka, but Muskegon blocked it and sent it out to center. Into the attack again, Larioza. Centering feed, blocked by Tepley, picked up by Murphy. Ahead to Booz. Lenny into the zone, down the right side. Long distance shot to the glove of Doyon Katakis, who easily holds. Linesman in to separate Ricard Zemlichka from, I believe that's Nathan Larioza. 12-10 left in the third. Line change for the Phantoms. They'll bring out Simpson, Hextall, and Sasaki. Jacks control the draw. Hudson up the wall. Over the glass and out of play. So face-off will come to the left of Doyon Katakis again. 12:04 left in the third. Jacks controlled the draw and they get it out to center. Loringer, fan on the initial dump in, able to regather, send it around to the left wing corner. Sent up the wall by Murphy, kept at the left point by Noringer. Down in the corner for Sanderson. To Drew Stewart. Knocked down by Murphy, sent it up the middle looking for Vukas, but he was out at center. Dropped back in for Hextall, fired down the ice, and Jacks will draw the icing whistle. 11:37 left in the third of what is the 1,000th regular season game in the history of the Youngstown Phantoms. Through the first 999, a record of 509, 387, and 103 shootout overtime losses. Of course, one Clark Cup championship in 2023. Hextall wins the faceoff. Tepley to Simpson to Sasaki. Kaz turning on the Jets into the offensive zone. Blazes past Belusco. Centering feed looking for Hextall. It wouldn't go. Tepley pinching in. Took a bump from behind by Burrs Collins and lost the puck to Belusco. Sent over to the left corner for Clares. Kept at the line by McKinnon. Burrs Collins' second effort, able to get it out to center. Hextall ripped it near side, but nobody there for Youngstown. Burrs Collins' little start-stop. Ahead to the Youngstown line. Picked off by Tepley. Drop back for Berard. Brody will carry behind the net to set up the breakout. 10:53 left in the third. Out to center off the skates of McKinnon. Poked at by Hamilton, re-grabbed by Berard, and over to Rusinski. Rue flying into the zone. Centering feed, Doyon Katakis shut it off with the stick and then covered it with the trapper. Don't know if they'll give Rue credit for a shot there. I don't know that he was necessarily getting it on net. Shots on goal, however, are reading 28-21 in favor of Youngstown. So Phantoms have registered their first 3 shots of the period here since the media timeout. Face off to the left of Doyon Katakis. Rusinski to take the draw. Face-off controlled by the Jacks, however, and they'll lift it out to the neutral zone. Bounced over the stick of Novotny to Berard. DD to Hamilton. Ahead to the line for McKinnon. Redirected it in. He'll battle with Deneau. The puck rolls to the left wing corner. Rusinski able to work it to Jardine. Cross point to Hamilton. Through the box to Berard. Berard skating in. Shot was blocked. Came right back to him. Around the net past Amico. Berard still with it. Berard left dot with a shot, and it hit bodies in front. McKinnon was there on the weak side post, but could not get it to bank in. Chris stripped to the puck as he entered the zone by Berard, who just backhands it to the neutral zone. Grabbed by Novotny, but pinballed around to Jardine. Worked it deep, but couldn't keep possession of the puck. Larioza around the cage to Clares, up the wall. Orlowski able to keep it alive for Youngstown. Bounce to the line. Nice hand-eye there for Berard to keep it in the zone. Brody, left hash marks. Pinned to the boards, worked it free. Swept it center point. Was looking for Houston, but that's lifted out to the red line by the Jacks. Regrabbed by Jardine and into the zone for Houston. Down the wall off of Jardine. Back to the point. Cal couldn't keep it in the zone, and the Phantoms will be whistled for offside. And we'll have our final media timeout of regulation. 9:25 left in the third. Phantoms trail 3-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports. .25 left in the third. Phantoms trail 3-1. Muskegon led 3-0 after the first. Kazuo Sasaki got Youngstown on the board, 1:43 of the second. Nobody has tickled the twine since then. Anderson to take the neutral zone faceoff and win that faceoff. Back to Cal Houston. Ahead to Orlowski, chipped down the wall. Anderson spins at the right half. Down low for Svitov. Right point, Houston. D over to Wilson. Center point, Houston eyes the cage. Svitov, right circle, toward the net, missed the cage. Wilson had it hop over his stick as he tried to keep it alive. And the Jacks will bring it ahead. 2-on-1 developing. Stewart in, across, shot, score. Victor Noringer with his 17th goal of the season. And Youngstown trails by 3 once more. It's 4-1. Time of the goal, 11:02. As Svitov stepped up in the neutral zone as he had rotated high. Led to the 2-on-1 break down the ice. After Wilson got run over by Noringer, the goal scorer, trying to keep the puck in the offensive zone. That one may be the backbreaker here today for Youngstown as Booz quickly tries to center. Broken up by the Jacks, kept at the right point by Tepley. And a hand pass called on Youngstown. Faceoff will come out to the neutral zone, 8:43 left in the third. Faceoff won by Hesh, 2 Booz to Zemlichka. And then Murphy works it deep behind the cage. Amico got there first, over to the right corner. Up the wall, pinballing around the right circle, settles down for Amico. Carried around the net, sent it up the middle. Thomas Maroon able to poke it out to center. Schlechtweg skating into it at the red line. Forced into the Youngstown zone, but gloved down and skated back ahead by Murphy. Carter gained the blue line, chipped it to the right wing corner. Off the dasher to himself, behind the net for Booz. Around to the left corner, Amico beat Zemlichka to the puck, kept at the line by Murphy. Over to Booz, his shot missed the cage. Belusco to the rebound, stripped of it by Hextall, who got put heavy into the wall by Amico. Up the near wall, Schlechtweg can't get it past Tepley to exit the zone. Bounce to the skates of Belusco, then grabbed in the corner by Booz. Finn on his pass toward the point as he's taken to the boards looking for Simpson. Went through his skates, grabbed by Schleckwig, and poked out to the neutral zone by Burskolns. To Simpson, to Murphy, back in the attacking end for Youngstown. To Simpson, skating in, poked off his stick as he was about to pull the trigger, and the Jacks will clear it out to center. Doesn't have enough steam on it for icing. Berard with a quick up to Hextall, bump back to Simpson. Cooper into the attacking zone, tried to split three, couldn't do it, got hauled down, play continues as Muskegon clears it back to the red line. Picked off there by Berard. Worked it back to McKinnon and into the attacking zone. Carried behind the cage by Vukas. Skated past McKinnon up the near side. Found Blanchard, who enters the neutral zone. Across the logo into the far side, he'll bounce it off the far dasher and behind the cage. Christ battling there against Berard. Worked free by Youngstown. Hamilton to Simpson, out to center, looking for McKinnon. It wouldn't go, but not enough steam on it for icing. Grabbed by Larioza, carried around the net to the near side. Up the wall to Benson. Cross ice for Novotny. No icing here. Novotny had the inside edge on Houston. Wilson poked into the corner, taken by Christ. Penalty coming on Wilson, and there's the touch by Rusinski. As Novotny and Houston battle in front of the cage. Linesman in trying to separate them. It'll be Jack Wilson to the box. Haven't seen an indicator. My guess would be cross-checking or checking from behind. Time of this penalty on Wilson, 13:34. Cross-checking is the call on Jack Wilson. First power play of the game for Muskegon. Jack's on the power play this season, 22.5%, 7th in the USHL. Penalty kill for Youngstown, 85.6%, 2nd in the league. Jack's on the power play against Youngstown this year, 4 for 22, which is 18.2%. Phantoms trailing by 3. Goal a few minutes ago by Victor Noringer. Probably put this one out of reach for Youngstown. Rusinski to take the draw against Stewart, and Rue will win that draw. Murphy to the corner, couldn't clear, grabbed by Novotny. Centering feed off the stick of Houston, it came to Noringer. Behind the cage, Stewart trying to step out in front with a wraparound. Rebound poked wide by Benson. Back in front, Novotny bouncing around, settles, and actually did not settle, but rolled across the top of the net. And the Jacks will get it out to center, stolen by Rusinski. He's coming in. Rusinski, tripped by Amico. Will it be a penalty shot? No. Carter Amico, a diving effort to prevent the shorthanded break of Ryan Rusinski. But we'll go to 4-on-4. Phantoms captain will not receive a penalty shot, which is a shame because Rusinski is a shootout expert. Rusinski, 3 shootout goals on the year. I want to say Rusinski's around 3 for 6 on the season. Ryan Rusinski wanted a word with Kyle McCauley. Hey, why it's not penalty shot? But it looks like we're going to go to 4-on-4 for the next 90 seconds, and Youngstown will get a 30-second power play on the back end of that. We'll keep half an eye on Tobias Trable, but I don't know if Ryan Ward will pull the goaltender down 3. 5:56 left in the third. Face off to the left of Doyon Katakis, who has been very good here in his USHL debut. Face off won by Rusinski, back to Murphy. Carter walks the blue line. Trades it off to Jardine, over to Rusinski. His shot, Doyon save, rebound! Murphy, it's loose! No! Pokes wide. Back over to Murphy, left circle between the circles. Rusinski shot, Doyon with Katakis with the save, and he holds. as Clares and Murphy need to be separated by the linesman. Great shift there by the Phantoms. Couple of really good looks, just unable to get anything past Doyon Catechees. Rusinski looking to the heavens. Frustrated with himself for not scoring there. It'll be Rusinski to stay on the ice and take the draw, joined now by Cooper Simpson. In fact, I think the Phantoms have 3 forwards and just 1 defenseman out right now. It's the faceoff won by Burrs. Collins into the corner, played behind the cage. And skated into by Belusco. Over to Vukas. Crosses the red line. And now into the attacking end. Threw it high on the net, not on the cage, however. Trable will glove it down. Rusinski ahead looking for a stretch pass for Simpson. Wouldn't go. Phantoms guilty of an ice. 50 seconds left in the 4-on-4. 5:16 left in the third. Defensive zone draw for Youngstown. A little bit of an extended shift here for Rusinski, Jardine, and Simpson. Been out here for 40 seconds. Burrs Collins with the faceoff win. Belusco. Over to Blanchard, top of left circle. Back toward the line, spins away from Murphy. Trades it off to Belusco. Eyes the cage. Fakes a half slapper. Now fires a low wrister blocked in the slot by Simpson. And up ahead for Jardine. Behind him to Rusinski. Passes it to himself. Over to Simpson, right circle. Knocked off his twig into the corner by Blanchard. Up to the right point for Murphy. And Trable is heading to the bench for the extra attacker. So now it's a 5-on-4. Rusinski tried to feed it backdoor. Pass was blocked. He'll regather. Behind the cage to Hextall. Right corner, Jardine. Hextall eyeing the net. Right point, Simpson. Left point, Murphy. Jack Wilson out of the box. It's now a 6-on-4 power play. Hextall keeps at the point to Murphy. To Rusinski left wall. Up to Hextall at the line. Jack walks the top of the circles. Feeds it to Rusinski left dot. Center point, Hextall. To Wilson, bottom of the right circle. Center point, Hextall. Across to Murphy, 10 seconds left in the power play. Murphy to Wilson, wasn't in his wheelhouse. Picks it up off the wall, feeds the point for Murphy. Across, Hextall, one-timer block to the end wall. Simpson to the rebound to Wilson. Lost behind the cage to Vukas. He'll fly it down the ice to Amico, looking at the empty cage. It bobbled on him. He'll backhand it wide of the net. Jacks are back at even strength, but Youngstown has 6 attackers on the ice with Trable on the bench. Jardine leaves it for Houston. Fired into the zone. Doyon Catechees could think about the goalie goal here, but instead it's going to be Niles Benson coming down the middle and scoring into the empty cage. Benson, his 17th goal of the season, puts Youngstown down 5-1. Time of the empty net goal for Benson, 16:35. So Phantoms going to drop their 3rd straight, something they've only done, I think, twice this year. Phantoms control the draw. Svitov ahead in front of the benches. Lost it to Thomas Roon. Played ahead looking for Jonerheim, but penalty, I think, on maybe Svitov there in front of the benches. Kyle McCauley has his hand in the air, coming over to check on a member of the Lumberjacks, so makes me believe we're going to have a high sticking call. And Svitov will head to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 16:47. Jacks will get their 2nd power play of the game. Anderson will take the draw against Thomas Maroon. And Anderson with the faceoff win to Berard, who gets the clear. Doyon Katakis sets it up for Larioza, who carries ahead. Back to Thomas Maroon, and then over to Belusco. Back to Larioza. Jacks couldn't enter the zone cleanly. Now they do, because they'll slip it to Schlechtwig. His shot over the crossbar stays in play off the corner boards. Belusco keeps it alive, top of the left circle. Rolls down in the corner for Hamilton. Jack took it away, sent it off the window and down the ice. Doyon Katakis sets it up for Larioza. To Jake Stewart into the zone, bodied up by Berard. Puck loose along the line. Jake Stewart pokes it to the near wall. Thompson hustled over, sent it off the dasher out to center for Booze. Lenny cuts across, fires a shot. Doyon Katakis pins it to his chest as Booze was skating to the right, fired back to the left, but couldn't sneak it through the 6-hole. .59 seconds left on the power play for Muskegon. 2:12 left in regulation, and the Jacks lead 5-1. Face off to the left of Doyon Katakis, won by Booze, but Thompson couldn't get to the puck, and the Jacks will force it out to center. Carrying ahead is Blanchard. Over to Burscollins. Try to give it back to Blanchard. Broken up by Thompson. Sent up the far wall by the Jacks. Booze will poke it out to center and carry ahead. Booze tried to attack his defender, but Muskegon able to force over to the left corner for Christ, and then clears. Left there for the defense. The Jacks send it over to the right corner. Picked up by Christ. 20 seconds left on the power play. 90 seconds left in regulation. Burscollins battles against Hextall, who's pinned to the boards, and the Jacks will carry ahead. Sanderson had it poked away from by Hextall for a moment. Popped up in the air, and Sanderson able to settle it back. Got it to Clares. Over to Christ, who plays it into the attacking end. Christ, left corner. Taken away by Tepley, is out of the box. Comes Svitov. Puck at neutral. And drop back into the defensive zone for Muskegon with 60 seconds left in today's game. Deneau behind him to Jonerheim. Plays catch off of Lars Hudson and carries into the offensive zone. Jonerheim around the cage. Wraparound shut off by Trable. Anderson to the rebound. Hauled down from behind by Norger. Phantom's going to get a late power play here as Trable will head to the bench for the extra attacker. Orlowski ahead and into the attacking zone to Jardine. Touched in the corner by Deneau. And with 29.3 left in the third, Youngstown, again, we'll get a late power play. It'll be their fourth of the game. As heading to the box is Victor Noringer. Scored the fourth goal of the game for Muskegon. Face off to the left of Doyon Katakis, won by Rusinski. Jardine up to the line for Wilson. Over to Hextall. Side of the cage, Jardine backhanded through the blue paint, couldn't find Rusinski. Simpson left wall. Up to the line for Wilson. His shot, Doyon Katakis the save. Rebound, Jardine poking at it, still loose. Grabbed by Simpson. Wilson, one-timer, they score! Jack Wilson, with the 19th goal of his USHL career, has now scored the most goals by a defenseman in Phantoms history. Phantoms trail 5-2. Time of the goal, 1950. So Phantoms do end up converting on the power play, but unfortunately just too little too late as the puck is back down. Jackson to the attacking zone. Hudson knocked down as the puck trickles on net. Trable plays it up the wall to the blue line. Last second one-timer from Deneau wide of the cage as Muskegon gets a 3-game sweep here in Youngstown. Final score tonight, 5-2. We'll keep it here for the post-game show. Muskegon, 3 goals in the first period. First one came at 11:04. Will Schlechtweg, his first goal in the USHL, Louis Jonerheim with the assist. At 16:58, Adam Belusco, his third of the season. Melvin Novotny with the helper. And then at 17:08, Chuck Blanchard, 16th of the season. Jean-Samuel Deneau and Jake Stewart with the assist. 3-0 Muskegon at the end of the first. Phantoms get the only goal of the second. Kazimo Sasaki's 7th goal of the season. Jack Wilson and Cal Houston with the assists as they put up on the big board that Jack Wilson has broken Luke Osborne's record for goals by a Phantoms defenseman. Again, congratulations to Jack. So Sasaki gets the only goal of the second period. Phantoms trail 3-1 at the end of 2. Jack scored the opening 2 goals of the third period. At 11:02, it's Victor Noringer, his 17th of the season. Drew Stewart and Carter Sanderson with the assists. Empty net goal for Niles Benson, his 17th of the season. Right now in the books as unassisted. I don't know if that's 100% the case. And then in 1949, Jack Wilson, a power play goal. 9th goal of the season, 19th of his USHL career, which sets a new record for goals by a Phantoms defenseman. Phantoms drop to 32-11, 3-1. Tobias Trable takes the loss. His record drops to 22-7, 3-0. Samuel Doyon Katakis gets the win in his USHL debut. He stopped 32 of 34. Trable stopped 20 of 24. Phantom power play was 1 for 4. Muskegon power play was 0 for 2. Again, Youngstown going to be on the road next weekend. Travel out to Waterloo for a pair of 7:35 Eastern puck drops at Young Arena out on that Olympic ice. Tim Harwood will be on the call for both of those games here on Flow Hockey. Youngstown will return home next Wednesday, the 25th, for the school day game against the Jacks. And then another 2-game road trip that weekend to take on the Green Bay Gamblers, and then home for 5 games, and those are the last 5 home games of the schedule for Youngstown as they will wrap up the regular season on a 5-game road trip. So the end of the season sneaking up on us here as we hit the middle of February. If you're planning on skipping work for the school day game, call the Phantoms ticket office, 330-747-PUCK, 330-747-7825, or we'd love to see you for that 3-3 set against the Madison Capitals in the first week of March. For our engineer, Dave Ferris, for Brendan Miller, keeping things up on social media for you. For my supervisor, my son Jonathan, I am Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Thank you for tuning in tonight, everybody. Your final score, Muskegon 5 and Youngstown 2. We will catch you here on Wednesday, the 25th, for the school day game. Sound out. Fade to black.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.